Hey guys, what is going on? This is your old pal CHH. It's always a good day when we get to talk about Saint Romero. That's right, George A. Romero, who we're calling Saint Romero. Saint Romero's Day of the Dead. Thank God, about maybe 2 months ago, a month ago or so, we found out that Scream Factory found the original elements. Now, I'm assuming they used the inner positive on that Blu-ray when that came out back in, guess what, 2013. So the issue was this. I talked to Cliff McMillan about this a while back on the first interview we did, and he had said that, why would you guys not be doing Day of the Dead? It's one of the biggest titles you guys have. It's one of those movies that continuously builds an audience. And he's like, Christian, I know. We can't find the material. And I was asking him, like, how does that happen? You know what? Who knows, really? But long story short, they didn't use the negative for Day of the Dead. They used the inner positive. And I know that they were searching for the negative. Who knows where it's at? My money says it's out there somewhere. I thought maybe eventually somebody would hold out long enough to try to basically blackmail, is the word? What am I looking to say? Like, just try to make a bunch of money off of saying, hey, I've got it. I can get you to it. But anyway, I thought that might happen soon, but I guess not. So maybe it may be out there. I think it's out there, but it's just in a place that nobody realizes where it's at. Anyway, the 4K is coming. And there was a bit of contention about this because we found out that, the 4K is going to be from the inner positive. Now, of course, that's not the best case scenario. The negative is. But here's what I will say. Inner positives aren't the end of the world to use, it seems, for 4Ks. I'll be honest. Those Scream Factory 4Ks of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, I thought they looked good. I mean, I thought they looked damn good. Now, they're not 4Ks of the year, but they're also not worst 4Ks of the year. I really thought, if that inner positive is in great condition and they can do what they do, I'd take that over nothing. If you were going to tell me, Christian, well, they don't have the negative, do you want a 4K of the inner positive? I would say yes, because I've seen decent to really, really good results with that. So, and that's not the only thing. I even think correct me if I'm wrong, I think that Ninja Turtle set is actually from Inner Positives too. So, we'll see how that goes. We'll judge that when it gets here. But I'm not too upset about this. I know some people were bummed out about this. I say give it a chance, wait. So here's the interesting thing about this whole thing. Scream Factory kinda has it listed on their website. We're going to look at what that is, and then we're also going to look at another listing that has gone up that has something on it that looks so cool. We're going to look at that as well. So the first things first, when we look at the Scream Factory website, the Shout Factory website, you can get right here to it. Now, the first thing you'll notice is it says artwork not yet final. I really would be surprised if they don't do what they usually do, which is they will hire an artist. I'm sure an artist has been hired, probably Justin Osborne or Devin Whitehead, one of the two, maybe somebody else. But what's probably going to happen is they're going to do the new artwork on a slipcover, and then they'll sell the poster of that as well as the original slipcover and the original 4K artwork and all that. They may even do a steelbook at once. I mean, I think that they might have done some pre-planning for this for some time, just hoping they were going to find the negative. Now, the big question is this: when is this going to ship by? That's the thing I know a lot of people are asking. My money says this is going to be a December release. I think it's going to be a December release, and that is because of what the other website that has this German listing. I believe it's German. If not, excuse me, but we're going to go and look at it. I believe this is going to be a December release. So, I mean, that's cool. Something to look forward to. Santa's going to be giving us Day of the Dead this year. Now, I'd be highly shocked if they don't use what they have listed on the website. I know it says artwork not yet final, but that's the original poster. As long as they get the clearance to use that, I don't see why it would be a problem. I'm pretty sure the Blu-ray release, you could reverse that artwork and it had that on there. No problem. But in terms of special features on this, I don't really think you can see it. As a matter of fact, you can't actually pre-order it on here yet. You'll see it says unavailable. There's no price listed, and it says email me when available. When you go to the about, the about this title section, you'll also see that it's just kind of got some verbiage about the film. So special features and things like that, there's nothing yet listed. Discs to be determined, runtime 101 minutes, aspect ratio 178. English, region A, not rated, 85 production date. Closed caption, no. Subtitles, English. So, that's that. Obviously, we'll cross that bridge with Scream Factory when we get there. And this isn't necessarily a video where it's like, oh, well, this looks cooler, go ahead and just get that. Because I don't even know if this is actually going to show up on, like, Diabolic or Orbit or anything like that, or the other sites. But we'll see. You know, we'll see about that. But here's what I want to show you guys. So, a fan of the channel actually sent me some pictures or a listing of this Day of the Dead 4K. And I was like, wait a minute, 4K, how could they already have a listing of this? And I was like, well, let me have a look at this. Now, this is a website called Cinestrange-Extreme-AT. Now, they have this listing. I'll have this pulled up for you guys to see for, you named it, Day of the Dead. Now, here's the cool thing. Day of the Dead 3-disc media book C, which means there may be different versions. UHD plus 2 Blu-rays included as a C card, whatever that means. Now, this has a price of $49.99. Now, there probably will be a tariff on this if you try to buy this overseas. That's why I said this isn't necessarily a rush thing. I think this does help at it giving us an educated guess on the release date for this release, too. You'll see it right here on the main page. It says pre-order, expected delivery from the 30th of December 2025. Now, let's look at the images of this. They already have the artwork available for this. This Cinestrange Extreme Edition, you'll see we've got the captain getting surrounded and devoured by the zombies. Obviously an iconic part of the film. At the bottom, it does say 3-disc version, UHD plus UHD Blu-ray plus 2 Blu-rays. Now, you're probably wondering, well, is this using that master that Scream Factory did? Well, let's have a look. When you go to the info, it says Day of the Dead 4K 3-disc version. Bonus. New 4K version scanned and restored from 6K. That's interesting. 6K of an American 35mm interpositive, which leads me to believe that Scream Factory is restoring that thing in 6K from the interpositive too. Never before released open matte version with approximately 30% more image plus extended gore sequences. That is exciting. Then we have a new 2K scan of the original German cinema reel, longer than VHS release. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm hoping Scream Factory does all that on their release as well. 3 exclusive new cover designs as media book. The pre-order determines the limitation. German sound rescan from the 35mm positive. New 4K restoration from the 35mm positive. For the first time, German soundtrack in 5.1. Richly illustrated, thick 72-page booklet. Booklet text by Nando Runner and Elmar Berger. Recent interview with Howard Berger. New, previously unpublished behind-the-scenes photos from the Howard Berger archive. Plan of the bunker as an A3 poster insert with pumpkin calater motif, also from the bunker as a reversible poster. Bonus documentaries, The Many Days of Day of the Dead. Interview with Howard Bub Sherman. Featurette location visit. Featurette Day of the Dead 30th anniversary reunion. Photo gallery and trailer. They desperately need to have on this release. I think it needs to be on this. They should. I really hope Scream Factory can get the rights to document of the Dead, where they got all that behind-the-scenes footage. I think that would be a really great way to cap off the wait time that the fans have had for getting Day of the Dead on 4K. I think that would be really cool. That's what we have with that. So I guess the whole thing with this is I'm hoping this kind of gives us a little bit of a guesstimation on the release date. But these other companies, they're not wasting any time. They're getting right to work on these Day of the Deads. And who's to say what's going to come from other companies, too? I'm going to see it through at Scream Factory with Day of the Dead. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to explore other options. But, Scream Factory, I really feel like they deserve to get a win from this. I just really hope that they deliver big time on this release and try to give us a little bit more than we can expect. Like I said, Document of the Dead would be an amazing surprise for this release, and maybe some new interviews with Romero's family. There's a lot of stuff. Some people have passed, unfortunately, from Day of the Dead, but I really think if we can get new interviews for this film, we got to do it. We have to commemorate Saint Romero. We got to commemorate this film because you guys got to remember, Day of the Dead is like, I think when I look at the horror genre or the Living Dead films, there's only one film to me that continuously changes minds and gets more fans. It's not Night of the Living Dead, which breaks my heart. It's not Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead per se, although that kind of falls in this category. I think Day of the Dead is the most beloved zombie film out there today. People that see it, they get it. And they like the temperament. They like the pace of it. And it's true. It is a horror masterpiece. So be excited, guys. I'm hoping we're going to be looking at a December release. If not, it might be January. I can't verbatim, or I can't just give you that answer clear, but I think that listing gives us a guesstimation of when it might come. So it may be December or January, hopefully no later than that, but we'll cross that bridge soon. But there you guys go. It is on the website. Don't fret though, you cannot pre-order it on Scream Factory yet, and explore those options you have as well, guys. Everybody's got to make the decision that works for them for this. But there you have it, guys. It's your old pal CHH. God bless y'all, and thank you, Saint Romero. We love you, brother. We love you, and we miss you. Giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.